channel. It has been very long since I've posted anything on this channel, mostly because of my 10th grade exams. I recently finished with my board exams, one of the very most important exams of our lives, and it was time for a family vacation once again. The last time I posted any video on this channel was, if I'm not very wrong, a video about Goa, which was also another family vacation we'd been to after my 9th grade final exams. And this year, we are back to one of my absolute favorite places. And this place is none other than Puducherry, also known as Pondicherry, which is a union territory located in South India. Actually, I've been to Puducherry or Pondicherry once earlier when I was in first standard, and I really don't remember and don't recollect what I did back then, but I just remember that I love this place, and mostly because this was the first time I'd come to a beach. This was the first time I'd seen the sea with my own eyes, so it was a very exciting experience. And the French bakeries, the food, all in all, I really wanted to revisit this place again. So now when I had this opportunity and my parents finally agreed to come here once again, I really did not want to miss this opportunity. So we started from Bangalore today around 6 a.m. and we had multiple stops on our way here in order to make our journey eased and laid back. And we reached Puducherry somewhere around 1. And then we had our lunch, and then we came to a resort, which, as you can see, is just by the sea. This sea, by the way, is the Bay of Bengal on the Coromandel coast. That is the same as Mahabalipuram in Chennai. If you still haven't checked out my video about Mahabalipuram, please make sure to do it. I'll link it in the description down below, and it will also appear somewhere at the top right there. So, coming back to this wonderful city, Pondicherry is basically a union territory, as I told, and it's a very small place, very calm and very serene, beachside, seaside, very peaceful place. And it's located about 325 kilometers from Bangalore. Of course, it depends from which area you leave from. And the roads are beautiful. There are 2 different roads you can use to get over here. One is the shorter one and the other is the longer route. However, the shorter route, if I'm recollecting it properly from 10 years back, is was a little bad. The roads were not proper, but I think this time also we followed the same shorter route to get over here, and it was much better. So coming to the name of this place, it's a beautiful name, Pondicherry, now officially known as Puducherry. But this place is also known as the Paris of the East, the French Riviera, and the City of Dust. Why? Why is it called so? The reason why there are so many French influences with this place is because this was one of the French colonies in our country. This was a place which was not colonized by the British but by the French and later by other European powers like the Dutch. As a result of which, this is also called the Paris of the East. And some places in Pondicherry like the White Town, the Heritage Town, still have those beautiful vintage colored walls and amazing buildings and towers where people often go to take photos because it's splendid. It's like a walk down the past, and there are a lot of French bakeries and pastries, authentic pastries, which you get over here because of the strong French influence over here. And this place is also known as Vedapuri. So I know we're all aware of this fact of it being a French colony, but this place is also known as Vedapuri because according to the Vedas, this was an abode for all the learned scholars. So this is an integral part of our culture as well. And the history of Pondicherry can be mainly divided into 2 parts. One is the pre-colonial history and the other is the post-colonial history. Pre-colonial history includes all the dynasties in Pondicherry like the Pallavas, the Cholas, and various other kings who ruled over here, the Mughals and the Islamic rulers. And then came the colonial period. Colonial period also, it was strongly influenced by the French. This is a very beautiful, small little place people often visit. And when we go to, there are many tourist places. This place is a major tourist attraction, very famous for the rock beaches. One notable thing about Pondicherry is that this place is famous for its rock beaches. Pondicherry used to have magnificent sandy coasts, which it lacks nowadays because of soil erosion. Because of coastal soil erosion, it no longer has that, and still it's very beautiful. And on this journey of mine to Pondicherry after so many years, I really want to keep this as a memory and want to share it with you all as well. So let's get started and see what I see in Pondicherry. Our day 2 here in Pondicherry, and one very integral part of Pondicherry is the Auroville, which is basically a city or a town which is very sustainable and self-made, and this place has a history. So behind me you can see the most famous symbolism of Pondicherry, which is the Matri Mandir located here at Auroville. So as I told, it is like a small city or a town. Some also refer to it as the village. The name itself refers to it as the village or the ville, and it's derived from two French words. And this was established by Mira Alfasa, who is also known as the mother. She, along with Sri Aurobindo, established this place over here, and she is one of the founders of the Auroville. This is a very beautiful place where everything is very sustainable and very nature friendly, and this entire place is divided into 4 zones: the industrial zone, the international zone, the residential zone, and the cultural zone. So basically there are schools and cafes, shopping centers, and everything which you will find in any normal village. But what's the difference here? Well, you could say one thing which stands out is their plastic-free zones, and the places where shopping occurs, most of them go cash-free, and they adapt very sustainable measures of development. Now, coming to this Matri Mandir, this is the symbolism of the sun. Many people considered this as a religion, the one to be preached by the mother and Sri Aurobindo at the beginning. But later they came to this conclusion that this is not any religion in particular, but the yoga or the science which was practiced by these famous people who established a kind of a culture here is nothing like a religion. It's a way of life. And here there are people, totally around some 2,800 people, and there are children and adults. And a very special part of this entire Auroville is that it's not only home for Indians. Almost 50% of the total population is Indian, but there are people, there are French people, German people, and there are also like 1 or 2 Icelandic, Romanian, like countries which are which people usually don't refer to here in India. Those citizens, those foreigners are also, they have adapted a way of life over here. So when one comes to Pondicherry, they make sure to visit this place because this is the major tourist attraction here. There is a visiting center where if you're coming by cars or whatever vehicles you're using, you park it right over there, and then from there you get in. There's the visitor center after the parking, and there are some cafes and shops and boutiques where you can shop some, and there's a very beautiful information center where you get a lot of information about this place. There's also an AV which is playing in a room, so in case you're not interested to read through everything which is displayed over there, you can sit and watch it in a chilled atmosphere. And then there is this 1.5-kilometer walk to the Matri Mandir. But however, there are shuttle services for kids, for very young kids. I have a cousin brother who accompanied us to this trip, and he's just 2 years old. So my aunt and he availed the shuttle services. It was available for them. However, the rest of our family had to walk, and it was a pretty fun walk. There are kiosks where they're selling fruit juices, natural fruit juices to keep you hydrated as you complete this walk. And all in all, it's pretty fun to walk up here, and it's a beautiful experience. You should try it out too. Now we're at the Paradise Beach, which is a beautiful beach and is my personal favorite here in Puducherry. When I said I wanted to repeat coming to Puducherry after my first great trip, it was mainly because of this beach, because I have some vague memories of fun, which became even better now. So the best part about this beach, the Paradise Beach, is that it also has a backwater. One thing which I remember was that the last time we came here, there was no direct access to the beach, and it was also 10 years ago, so many things have changed since then. So at that time, we had to come to the beach only by crossing the backwater by means of a boat, and there were different types of boats, speed boats and normal motor boats, and that was the only way by which we could reach Paradise Beach over here. This beach is also a very swim-friendly beach. We're seeing that many people who have come here are getting down into the waters, and it's very clean. This beach, as of today, this is 2024, 1st April, and this beach has an entry fee. It's only for beach access of ₹70, and it's quite justifiable. Like, this beach is very clean. It's one of the cleanest beaches I've been to, and considering the fact that this is a very commercialized beach where there are a lot of restaurants and everything, it's a part of a thing called the Sand Dunes, and they are the ones who operate all the water sport. There's nothing really happening on the beach as of now, but I'm not really sure if water sports even happen here. But there are water activities which are taking place in the lagoon. Like, there are speed boats, there are jet boats and everything over there. And some people will also take part in that. So many people come to this beach for that as well. And all in all, this is a beautiful beach where people come to spend their time. So behind me is another very famous place here right at Puducherry, and this is in the city center. There's this part of the history of Pondicherry that we can never gainsay, and that is the history involving Sri Aurobindo and the mother. So before this, I had gone to Auroville and I had spoken about how an integral part of Puducherry that place is. But this place has to be the major reason why tourists from all over the world show up over here. So basically, we cannot just confine the ashram of Sri Aurobindo in a single building. All these buildings over here you see, they are designed in a very beautiful vintage way, the French way here. And in all these buildings there are ashram vasis who reside and they do their day-to-day work. But the main ashram building, however, is considered to be the building just right there. Filming inside is not allowed, and the rules are extremely strict. So strict that you have to switch off your mobile phones, when you enter in there, and in order to ensure that people have done there's a person specifically waiting and checking if all the mobile phones are switched off and not. And very young children are also not allowed in there. When you go in there, there are so many people sitting inside and just meditating, and there's pin drop silence. Inside there's the samadhi where people are kneeling down and praying, and it is very beautiful, peaceful and serene inside. Like, it feels as though it's not even a part of the world here, because to have silence in today's ever busy world is something we really don't expect. So this ashram is very special. It was established in 1926, and 24th November is considered to be the founding day of this ashram. In 1910, when Sri Aurobindo moved over to Pondicherry, after retiring from his political work, he moved to a more spiritual part of life, and he did not have a very fixed routine as to follow or anything as such as that. And he used to just do whatever felt right to him. And he used to write, and with him came along some 3 or 4 more young men who ended up becoming his disciples. And soon after that, he met with the mother, which is Mira Alfasa, and then both of them decided to come forward with a set of practices, with a way of life which people can follow. However, they had to stop very soon because of the World War I starting, where the mother had to return back to France. However, when she came back soon after that, they continued with their plan, and then they established Sri Aurobindo Ashram. And till the ends of their lives, they worked here and established this place, which has now become a hotspot on the global tourism map. Another very special thing about Puducherry are the French bakeries over here. As stated earlier in this video, because Puducherry used to be a French colony, you will find multiple bakeries and cafes, especially in the main White Town area, where you can gorge on some beautiful French delicacies. So after the Paradise Beach, I made it a must to go and pick up at least a few items I could take back home to Bangalore from here. And that sums up my trip to Pondicherry. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like this video. And for more content like this, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below if you really enjoyed this video. There are many more videos coming up. I'm sure you'll enjoy them as well. But for now, bye to you and bye to the sea as well.